Hello everyone, Sir Monkey Short Zappy here, back again with Fate Unlimited Blade Works. We are on the finale of Season 1, and because it's technically episode 13 if you include the prologue, then it's ended on like an odd episode, which means that, you know, if I was to do 2 today, it would meant that I would do this and then the first episode of Season 2, which is not really what I like doing. I like doing like episodes that sort of fit together in the sort of, you know, one after the other, and seeing as this is a finale, I'm guessing it's going to end on something you know, complete, although I can't even remember if Fate Zero did that. I'm not even sure they did, but yeah, anyway, it's the finale. So in the last episode we had more of a sort of connection between Archer and Shiro. That was pretty much the main thing that came out of that episode. It was, I'm guessing, it was sort of like a connective episode between like 11 and 13. Yeah, so the main thing that really came out of it was Archer and Shiro looking more connected and giving us an idea of exactly like what connection it is that they actually share. And yeah, the theory that I'm going with is that it's like Archer is some form of projection of Shiro in the future. I think that they're roughly the same person in some way or another. So yeah, I honestly don't think there's anything else to really talk about. There's nothing really that was outstanding from last episode, other than the fact that they're just kind of gearing up to go full head on against Caster. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into this episode and see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, really like that sort of like that change of ending song there. Did really like that. So I'm thinking then, since there's 2 pendants, if one was able to basically heal him the first time round, then the second one could probably do the same, possibly. Because how else is he going to heal himself? You know? I think they made a point to basically like point out that you know, Rin saying that the way that you are now, you can't help Saber. But if you can get healed, right, which with theoretically the other pendant, then I don't, you know, I guess that's a possibility. I want to look up the Princess of Colchis, or whatever that is, because Kyria pointed that out, right? Colchis. There we go. Medea? Is that who it is? Alright. Oh god, I've literally got like no room left on this page. Medea. I'm gonna assume that's the way that it's pronounced. So the daughter of King Aedes. The granddaughter of Helios, the sun god. Damn. Alright. Holy fuck, she's in the Jason and the Argonauts story. Holy fuck. Damn. I haven't watched that in a while, and yeah. She's often known in most stories as a sorceress, is often depicted as a priestess of the goddess Hisate or Hekate. Yeah, basically like stuff with witchcraft and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, makes sense. All right, well, she actually fell in love with Jason, I guess. Yeah. Damn. Huh. But there's something where that like Medea only fell in love with him because Hera had convinced Aphrodite or Eros to cause Medea to fall in love with him. And in doing so, as the fled, Medea killed her brother. Wait a minute, what? Medea distracted her father as they fled by killing her brother. Right, so she killed her brother. Damn. All right. Well, I'm really sort of interested by her story, like more than the almost more than the other ones, because I like Greek mythology anyway. So that's really cool. I like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There might be some element of it in here that coincides with her noble phantasm. It's called Rule Breaker, right? So yeah, God knows, but nonetheless, yeah. So Medea, that's who it is. All right, interesting. So, we'll start from the very beginning then of the episode. Rin taking Shiro out on a date so that he would be able to have fun for himself. Like that was the whole point. What we were talking about last episode about how he doesn't take any time to sort of have fun for himself. Or the fact that he doesn't feel like he is deserving of it. Yeah, so they went out on a three-way date. Shiro has a complex of looking like a child, which is sort of an odd thing to put in there, but it took like they were talking about it like for a good minute. So I don't know. I guess there's some importance to it. I'll just getting a little, I don't know, extra exposition on him, I guess, a little bit more, detail about him. Yeah, and then so when they were going out on a date, Fujimura, like they said that Fujimura had a date as well. I was like, who possibly could she be going out on a date with? And it turns out, yeah, she was just going to go see Kiritsugu. So after everything that had happened, I guess they got involved with each other. I don't know to what degree. Like, I mean, if it was just a fling or they were dating or who knows. But they were planning to go abroad apparently, before he passed away. And then after all that, you had Rin, Shiro, and Saber coming back, and they got caught up in the only thing I can really imagine is a reality marvel. That's the only thing I can really describe it as, because I don't know what else it could have possibly been. Like, how do you remove the driver from the bus and then, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else it could be done other than it being a reality marvel. But then again, I guess if it was something like a reality marvel, that it would be, then it would have brought the driver in as well, I guess. But I don't know. They kept calling it a bounded field, so I don't know. But it looked like and acted more like a reality marvel to me than not. But who knows? It's Casta. She's capable of a lot of shit. But she wanted Shiro as a puppet because she was interested in his like, apparently he has really interesting like magical circuits, and she wants that for herself. So she wants him to become a puppet as well as the other ones that she has. But she knows all about Shiro's past, so I don't know where she's gotten that from. Like, how would she? The only way I know I guess the only way I know I would figure that she would know that is if she is actually telling the truth in what she knows, where she says she can see the inner workings of the Grail and stuff like that. I mean, I guess that's it, because I don't know any other way she would know, really. I can't see why she would. That's the only way I really know how. I know like she had this like Archer originally was having this sort of plan to kind of let Casta do her thing. I don't know if like there was a case of like Archer was letting on information from Shiro's past to her, and that's the way she got it. But I'm just kind of lumping it all in with the Grail, and because she knows that in our working, she's able to sort of see to the past Holy Grails and the Holy Grail wars and stuff, and see what was going on. And that's how she knows. I'm going to guess that's what it is, because there were some details that she was wrong on. Like, she wasn't right about being forced, like, having magic forced upon him and stuff like that. So, you know, clearly she isn't all that, like, knowledgeable about it. But she knows, like, she knows that Shiro was involved in the last Holy Grail War, in that he was, like, caught in the aftermath. That's pretty much what she knows about it. So, I am kind of willing to trust her when she says that she knows the inner workings of the Grail and stuff. She says that that's a Casta thing, though. So all Castas have the ability to do this. Because she said it is like a collective group of Castas, right? So like, as long as you're a Casta, you're able to see the inner workings. And she also thinks she can summon it without fighting. So you see, when she mentioned that, I thought, what, she's able to just conjure it up, but no, she means, like, there's a way of getting the Lesser Grail, which, that's a fucking revelation. There's two Grails. There's the greater one, that requires there to be one servant left alive, and then the lesser one, which... she seems to think that it's in the church. Or that the mediator has it, somehow. Could it be possible that the Grail that came out of Iri in Zero... is it possible that that was the Lesser Grail? I don't know. That's kind of tough to tell, really. Yeah, I feel like that's tough to tell. Like, I don't know how I could possibly know that, because before this I only thought there was one Grail. So I guess there's no way to really tell the difference. Because I remember like when Zero sort of was coming to an end, and Kiritsugu was basically talking to whatever was in the Grail at the time, and there was this whole sort of assumption that the Holy Grail like can do anything. It's unlimited power, so you know what I mean. But then they started like, you know, talking about the terms and conditions of it and shit like that, and how there needs to be certain things. So in my head, I'm like, well, there's got to be some reason. Either people saying that the Holy Grail is like, there's no limit to what it can do, then either like they are lying, and that is just not, that's not a fact, like that's not a truth, or the one that was in Zero was the lesser one. I'm almost more inclined to believe it's the lesser one as well, because like, why else would Iri have it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why the Ainz, but like, why? You know what I mean? Like, to me, because the Holy Grail itself, or I guess now the greater one, seems more of like an entity like of its own, that it doesn't answer to anybody, or it doesn't fall into the possession of anybody. Like, that tells me that it wouldn't be like the great, if this whole thing about the greater Grail and the lesser one is true, then I don't see why Iri would have the holding of the Grail. Like, you know, I feel like the Grail itself should be like an entity of itself, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But Kiria is not giving in to demands. He's saying it's not there, and he's fighting his way out. I feel like he's gonna be I feel like he's gonna be fine. I mean, it's Kiria, for fuck's sake. It's a fucking odd feeling, like, rooting for Kiria. It really is, because, you know what I mean, I still fucking hate him for all the shit that he put Karia through and everything like that, but if I had like, but knowing who he is and what he's like from Zero, seeing him like up against like characters that have just like come about in Unlimited Blade Works makes me root for him over like the over like, you know, over Castor and stuff. You know what I mean? Because I guess it's like, well, I mean, it's like, who's the worst of the two evils? I mean, I guess in some way, I guess you can probably look at Kyria and actually put forward a solid reasoning as to why he's more evil than Castor, to be honest. But you know, I mean, I'm still rooting for him in a way, because as much as I hate him, I do like. I'm interested in his sort of him as a character. So, so yeah. So yeah. Fucking Castor, when they were up in that fucking bounded field, got out that knife again, and yeah, that's a noble phantasm, and it basically, so it basically undoes any form of magic, including command spells. So what I thought happened there, because I was like, in the reaction I was like, what did he do? What did he do? I thought what he did was he said Saber don't, and that activated like his last command spell. And originally I thought because his command was to not do it, she had to stop, and that gave Castor time to fucking stab her with it. I think that's what happened. Because it has to be, right? I think that's what happened. So he used up his last spell. So in a way, then, in a way, it's kind of Shiro's fault. If that is what happened. Because otherwise I don't know what else would have happened. Because otherwise because there was a red glimmer at some point after he said it, and she stopped, right? That noble phantasm stops magic from happening, even down to the command spell thing. So so yeah, there's that. That give Castor time to stab her with it, and then therefore after stabbing her with it, she gained control over and essentially became the master of Saber. Now after that, I was like, shit. Well, that's what fucking happened with Assassin then. But later on, when Castor is talking to Assassin, the way she says that I summoned you, that makes me think that she didn't get it from stabbing. Because I had a fucking theory, like, after she took Saber, where I was like, oh well, that's why Sakura has a thingy there, because she summoned Assassin first, and then Castor ended up taking Assassin that way. But yeah, when they were talking, Castor was saying that, you know, that she summoned him. It wasn't a case, like, you know what I mean? That would be the wrong choice of words, the wrong term for what she did with Saber. Like, she wouldn't say it to Saber, I summoned you. She would say that I used my noble phantasm against you and now you're mine. Like, she took control. So yeah, I'm going to say that she did actually summon Assassin then. I mean, I guess. That was nuts what she did to Assassin, by the way. Like, just I don't know what the fuck she did. Like, she might as well just clicked her fingers and like his fucking rib cage. Like, that's nuts. She is so fucking powerful, man. I mean, it's no wonder then Archer before had said, like, no, the plan is to make her strong as fuck to take on Berserker, because Berserker's like way fucking too powerful at the moment, and the only one that could even have any chance against Berserker would be Castor with all this power. And you know what? After seeing it, not surprising. It's just fucking, honestly, it's just terrorizing everybody. Like, nobody can stand against her, really. So yeah, so once everyone, like, you know, once they got out, went back to the Tosaka estate and whatever, Archer and Rin were talking about, and Rin was talking essentially like about how she was kind of rooting for Saber, or sorry, that Archer was rooting for Saber because of like, you know, the way that he sort of like acted with her and stuff, at certain points, and you know, he struggles dealing with elements like, you know, with himself essentially, which is exactly the same as what Shiro did. So again, more evidence to like, or reasons to believe that Shiro and Archer are the same person. And then, yeah, so Shiro wakes up later, right, knocks over the thing, finds Tosaka's pendant, which is not his. So, actually now I'm more inclined to believe that because I thought previously the pendant that Archer gave Rin after she used it on Shiro, I thought that was her original pendant, but everything inside it, like the mana that was ever inside it, was used up, so she was giving it back. But I'm more inclined to believe that Shiro kept that one, and Archer made a new pendant and gave it to her. I thought it was the opposite way, because I was still trying to think like, well, wait a minute, there has to be some reason why Archer is suddenly like now connected with Shiro, or Shiro is now connected with Archer, and I thought that was coming through the pendant. But in reality, I don't think so. Then I think the connection between those two isn't by Archer giving Shiro anything. I think it's just because they are now the same person. Like, now that I know, well, I say I know, now that I think they're the same person, I think that's the reason why they are connected, or why they seem like they're connected. So yeah, the reason why obviously I'm thinking that now is because now that Shiro has that new pendant, if it has any mana in it, then I imagine it could be used to heal his wound, and do pretty much to him what happened last time he got stabbed. So yeah, you also said like one, and that's, well, this is the thing as well, because I wrote down the quote when he found it where he said, "This is one debt I can never repay." I was almost inclined to believe that he's going to use, like, if Rin gets seriously hurt on the verge of death, that he can use that pendant to do this, like pretty much do exactly the same as what she did for him, and give her the pendant and do it that way. Now that's something that could be, it could be that way as well, that way inclined. I mean, it is anime, so you can. I mean, I can also see Shiro just battling through the fact that he's been stabbed, because I'm not sure of any other way that he could really, like, how else would he heal himself? I don't know. Caster. When she was talking to Assassin and you know, and all of that, Kojiro was saying, like, you know, how he had no love for his master, right? I think it was like betrayals and stuff going on in his story, but he sort of turned that on the table and obviously said that Caster had love for her lord, which, after looking it up, her lord was Jason, right? That's got to be what it is. And I think that's where, like, it's sort of, you know, where, you know, because he said immediately after, like, allow me to have, like, my petty jests and whatever, you know what I mean? Because he's sort of at the mercy of her. That, you know, any mention of her love to Jason is going to be you know, she's going to be very tense about that subject, because if her story works in regards to what I read, then, you know, the idea that she was essentially, or she was told that she was forced to fall in love with Jason from, like, by Aphrodite or whatever the fuck. So yeah. And yeah, I think that, well, first of all, lastly, fucking Lancer looking on the church was still, he's the one, that's the one master we have no idea who it is, right? I'm just trying to fucking work through in my mind who it could possibly be. Apparently, according to Lancer, he like, Lancer specifically said at the very beginning of the show that his master is a bit of a, like, he's not a do-gooder, like, he's a bit of a evil guy. I can't remember the exact words, but basically it put Lancer's master in a more of a bad light than a good one. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it has to be somebody who we have seen before, because then otherwise why wait this long for a reveal, really, if it's just some dude that we don't know, you know. Trying to think of like all the characters that are like involved that might have something to do with it, that like have like a big part in the the only character that I feel like is still open for a bit of debate is Sakura, but like I just that doesn't fit with her mold at all. Because she's the only one, like, the only character that, like... She's the only character that is as important to the story as much as, like, she hasn't been... Like, there's no confirmation that she is not a master, you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like everyone else, like Issei, you know... I'm pretty sure like it's obvious that he's not a master now. And there's nobody else. I mean, there's very, very minute side characters. I mean, that's just because if one of those were to have it, I would almost be more disappointed than it being a random dude that we've never met before. The only one I can imagine it being is like, you know, that would have any, like, oh shit, would be Sakura. Anyone else, it'll be a bit disappointing, I think. I can't think of any other person, but whatever. So yeah, and then obviously she was Caster was saying that she was changing places to go. She once changing places. She said that she's changing locations, and then she said the location she's going for is the Grail. So she wants to use the Lesser Grail as a fortress in some way. I guess if she like knows the inner workings of it, she can like almost use it as a almost like the equivalent of like a Pokeball. Like she's just hiding in there. Because otherwise I don't, like, you know, I guess, I mean that was from her words. Like she said that's where she's moving to. She's moving to the Grail. So yeah, but yeah, that was all for fucking season 1. Very good. Excited for next season. But we'll get that started on Friday for everyone. So next Friday. So yeah, that is also. Thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, links to certain things. Discord, if you want any information regarding my channel, go over there. Also, I'm over there and the community is, so if you want to come over and talk to us, then you're free to do so. SirMonkeyStudio.com, my website. Get yourself over there, become a member. You can access the forums and all that good stuff. All of my content is over there. And Patreon. So over Patreon, if you do want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the early access tier, $5 a month. Obviously, you get 4 episodes of Fate every week, and for every other show, you get them a week early. $10, that's the full length, gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length. Exclusive tier, $15, that gives you access to a bonus show, which I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in that, you get 2 episodes every week, every Wednesday. $50, that's the elite tier. Every time you pay that $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It will go to the back of the list, but I know it's 7 shows. Might take me a while to get round to it, but I will do eventually. But if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to get reacted to next, then you want to get God tier, which is $100. But that is also. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.